Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the Mental Health Webinar Series 2020 and 2021. Today we are in 477th session. Today we are going to see the topic self-compassion by the resource person Sri Kuti. He already took several sessions in our webinar. Even though I would like to give the intro, he completed counseling psychology from Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development. She was worked as a counseling psychologist and trainer at Sona College of Engineering, and she worked at counseling psychology at GLM Hospital, Salem. Right now, she is practicing individually. She is expertise in stress, anxiety, depression counseling, and she is conducting webinars separately in the topic of emotional intelligence, self-compassion, mindfulness, and she is doing a lot of programs in mental health related things. With this, I would like to invite all the participants for today's program, and I would like to invite once again to the resource person on behalf of American College Madurai, MS Chellam Institute Madurai, Madras School of Social Work Chennai, Red Pond Educational Psychological Research Center Madurai, Yellow Pond Counseling Center, TNCC and TNCP and STEPS Foundation. Once again, I would like to invite all the participants and today's resource person in this wonderful evening for the event of self-compassion. Ma'am, over to you. You can take this session, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. Warm welcome to the webinar. And how are you all? Like, may I have a very interactive session? Because this is a very small group, I think we are only somewhere around 20-25. So we can have this as a very interactive session if you also wishes. So how are you all? You can either chat. I think I can read the chat. Fine, good, ma'am, Anita. Okay, I hope all are doing great. And so let's dive into the topic before anything. About self-compassion, Suresh sir has already given a wonderful webinar. I wasn't able to be present, but I have seen the PPT presentations and it was really great. And it included almost all contents about self-compassion. So I initially planned to take a session on self-compassion. Vasanthi has asked me how I am. I'm very good, Vasanthi. Thank you. So I was planning to take a webinar on self-compassion and Suresh sir took it. So I thought I'll take a continuity of it. So in this webinar, it will be my understanding about self-compassion. And I'm a person who is practicing self-compassion for a few months. So I can share my experience with that. And I won't have a PPT today because I primarily wanted to focus on my understanding about self-compassion. So you should not feel that it is my thing. It has all the theories, and I'm a very science person. So I will put science into whatever I say, and I'll make sure that you will have some takeaway from here, because I value everyone's time. And when you're investing somewhere around an hour for me, I'll definitely make sure you will take something from here. So do you have any suggestions like how I want to move? Like my plan to move in this webinar is I'll talk about self-compassion, then moving to the different components of it, how we can apply it and how we can develop self-compassion. That is my plan of this webinar. And then after that, question session. And do you have any suggestions like how I should move, something like that? Anyone? You can chat, write in the chat so that I can see. Okay, do you have any suggestions? Like, no one has written any suggestions. Okay. The standard plan seems good. Okay, thank you, Abhijit. Yeah. So let's move. May I know your understanding about self-compassion? Please, it is an interactive session because you should not be afraid to say your answers. There is no right or wrong answers. It is your understanding. As far as psychology is concerned, you can have a view on that components from your experience. I believe that. And experience matters more than the theory. So whatever you know about it, you can share so that maybe that component we haven't thought, so we can have a better understanding about that. So may I know some of your views about self-compassion? You can talk, you can give. Yeah.
As simple as just being there for you, as simple as being there for you.
Okay. Yeah. That's true. It's being there for us, Abhijit. Yeah, thank you, Abhijit. Okay, anyone else? Like, I want you to come up. Please come up. It's a
Ma'am,
very small group.
I'm Mary from Bangalore.
Yeah, ma'am.
Self-compassion is without expecting anything in return. You love
Yeah,
that person, so you show. You should not uh, think you're getting back something in terms of gift or the same love you give. If they show, you should get back the same love. You should not think like that. You should give open-heartedly your compassion. You should love the
yeah,
person without any expectation. That is
yeah. Love.
self-compassion.
Okay. Yeah, that is a great way you articulated it. And like Vishal has told it is self-love. Anita have told it is like love yourself. And Tamirini has told self-importance and taking care of self. Vishal has told that it's self-awareness. All this definition, pace, like it can be all this. It can be self-compassion. Can be all these things. Like everyone, I believe that everyone have a kind of view about what is self-compassion. Meenakshi has given love. Thank you for your contribution. It really feels great when you are responding. Love myself personally. Okay, so I believe like I know that you have some understanding about this. Okay, let me come to my understanding and which is there in the theory as well as. So we will begin with a question. Hmm? If your best friend or someone who you love the best or love, it can be a childhood friend, it can be your family, anyone. If they fail in an exam or they fail in somewhere in their life, some events or something, what would be your response to them if they fail? If they come and tell you that I failed in this exam or I failed in this event or I failed in my marriage or I failed in a relationship, something like that, what would be your response? Okay, yeah, I'm waiting for your response. Like if one of your friends comes and tell that, would okay, Abhijit, it's you will listen. Okay, yeah. Then anyone else come up? You all know the answer. I know. Vishal, it's motivating to move from that. Yeah. Yeah. Radlin, it's empathy. Very true. Thank you for the response, guys. Yeah. Okay. What would be? So, if one of my friend comes with a problem, I would be dealing in a way that I'll, as you all told, it's like we will be having empathy, rattling empathy. We will be showing so much of empathy. We will listen to them. We will motivate them to come up. We do all these things. But if we fail, what we used to do, if we fail in an exam, we fail in a marriage, we fail in a relationship, we fail in an event, we fail somewhere in our life, what we do when we fail? Yeah, very true. Self-critical. Then very upset. Yeah. If
We
we
blame
fail,
ourselves. We blame
yeah,
ourselves.
very true. We blame ourselves. Some people try to be optimistic, very great of them. Yeah, okay. Okay, let me tell. Before practicing self-compassion, whenever I met with a failure, I used to criticize me to the core. Why I am leaving? I used to ask myself, why you are leaving? You failed in that exam. What is that you have? Then I ask myself, why it is for me alone? Why my life is like this? Why I'm suffering so much? I'm done with my life. I don't want to try it again. So these were the words that I used to tell to myself whenever I failed before in my life. I ask myself, like, why can't you be like others? Why can't you reach your success like others? So I used to ask all these kind of self-critical, self-doubting questions to me. I was a girl who had very low self-esteem from my childhood days. Very low self-esteem means maybe my genetic structure was like that, like predominant with low self-esteem. And I was brought up in a society where everyone compared with others. I felt that I have to be above average to get acceptance. Like in my schools, in my house, I had comparisons everywhere. Like he is better than that. He does things better than this, better than you. he is better than you. She does it in a very good way. She interacts with everyone very well. She is not like you. You be at home alone. You don't go anywhere. Other people, other children are going everywhere. So there was always a comparison that I felt throughout my life in my childhood. And I felt that I should be very good so that I'll get acceptance from others. Like, can anyone share anything like this? Like anything like this happened in your life too? Like where we face a lot of comparisons and we believe that there is something we are not that good as others. Is there anyone who can relate to me?
Ma'am, I'm Mary.
Yeah, Mary ma'am.
Actually, my dad used to compare with me with my cousin brother, who's done a professor job. So I used to feel I should beat him always. And now I've come to a state that I've gone very far, that I've reached
Yeah,
that.
that is reality. Excuse me. Poiko, poiko. Yeah, thank you. That's really great, Mary ma'am. Okay, anyone else who has experience like me where we always feel that we have to be a little more better to get acceptance or uh, to feel the love of others? Yeah, Sangrida, yeah, totally relate. Thank you for your response. Okay, anyone else? I hope that everyone who are here were having very high self-esteem. It's really good to have it also. Yeah. Okay, anyone else? Rat race, yeah, very true. So I was also in a rat race for a long period of my life. A lot of judgments, lot of criticism, and like wherever, like in college, even though I was an above average student, there will be someone who is better than us. We compare ourselves with them, and when we are working, we think that compare with other people who studied with us. So there was always this comparisons going in my life, and I felt that I'm not happy. And if things fall down, if things are falling apart, then the scene become very bad. Lot of criticism, lot of judgments, lot of things. It is at that point in my life I realized I have to do something. In 2020 was a very bad year for me. It was a completely not a bad year. It was a difficult year for me. I learned a lot of lessons in 2020, and there was an situation in my life where I was not getting any help from others, and I was in a situation where I wasn't knowing what to do. At that point of time, I started discovering self-compassion. For me, self-compassion is treating oneself with love, understanding, kindness, compassion as we treat our best friend. It's very simple. How we treat our best friend, treat ourselves like that. If one of my friend comes to me with a problem, I'll be loving to that person. I'll be kind to that person. I'll validate that person. I'll understand that person. I'll motivate that person. So be the same to yourself. That is self-compassion. How we treat one of our best friends, treating ourselves like that, with love, understanding, care, and compassion. When I talk about this thing, really, I have an incident that happened very recent in my life. So as I'm a practicing psychologist, so we used to get a lot of clients, right? So, like, are you okay if I share my personal stories with you? Like, do you want it to go like that or very formal, going with the definitions kind of stuff? How you wanted to take it up? May I know?
Achieve, yes, ma'am. You can go ahead, whatever the plan you have. Not issue.
Okay, so I'll tell about this. This is self-compassion for me. I'll tell about this judgment. Like we always judge. We judge ourselves and we judge everyone. So what happened is like in my counseling practice, I had a client who came to me and she told about an event that happened in her life. That happened because of her problem. Her problem means she did the mistake. Like she did a mistake, and because of that, a lot of problems happened in her life. So when she came to me, she was very depressed. She was just crying, and she was very depressed. And she told me, like, everyone is judging me, like everyone is like criticizing me, everyone is so much. Like she went to a psychologist, as we have a lot of psychologists here. I'll tell you, she went to a psychologist and she told her like what are the things that happened. The psychologist told her like you did a very bad thing, you did very wrong, and she judged her, criticized her. When that person came to me, I told her that I can understand how you are feeling right now. I totally relate that this feeling is really bad. I accepted her feeling. I validated her feeling. I didn't validate the mistake that she did. I didn't talk anything about the mistake. That is a mistake. But what we did, validating, accepting. I validated her feeling. Yeah, it is very true that what you're feeling is very uncomfortable. I can understand. Then we worked on self-compassion, and she came out from the problem very beautifully, and she's leading a very beautiful life right now. It's just 4 months back. It happened. So self-compassion is, at that point of time, I realized how self-compassion can be very effective, because she was a person who was down with a lot of problems and nothing, like I didn't do any other therapy for her. We worked on self-compassion because when she was crying in front of me, I felt that self-compassion is the best tool that she can use. Moving on, that is why I am telling that we all judge ourselves, and we are having the fear of getting judged from others also. So self-compassion is the best tool for anyone who has the fear of getting judged by others and who judge ourselves too. About the self-compassion, there isn't much like we have lot of evidences or lot of places self-compassion is described in our Vedic places, Vedic cultures, and in our Vedas, scripts, Upanishads, and all. Even in Buddhism, there is a lot of mentioning about self-compassion. But when it comes to psychology, it's really a new topic. Like we can say it's an emerging topic only, because there are two prominent people called Christian Neff and Christopher German. They have provided much insights into self-compassion when it comes to psychology. And according to them, there are three components in self-compassion. That is, one is mindfulness, second one is humanity, a sense of humanity, common humanity, and third one is self-kindness. So these are the three components in self-compassion according to them. So let's explore these three components. Moving on to mindfulness. What is mindfulness? When we have a problem, we should understand that we are having a problem, right? What do you think? Most of the time, when we have a problem, we don't know the complete picture of the problem. We just feel that something is bad in me. Like I'm getting angry, but we don't look into why I'm getting angry. What is that I'm experiencing right now? What is the feeling that I'm having right now? So whenever we have a problem or whenever we have anything, we should be mindful. We should know what is happening in us. Whether I'm feeling sad, whether I'm feeling irritated, what is it? That is the first step of self-compassion, is that being mindful. Understanding what is happening around us and understanding what is happening inside us. What is the problem? Sorry. Am I audible? Sorry, I got a call.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah, okay. So that is first component in self-compassion is mindfulness. That is like understanding what I am feeling out of, because we should understand that we are going through a difficult phase, then only we can work on it. Give me a second. Yeah, then only we can work on it. If we know only something is going in our life, then only we can work on it. So first thing is mindfulness. Moving to the second component is common humanity. So whenever we have a problem, what we do? We think that why it is happening to me, only I am experiencing it, only my life is ruined, only it happens to me only, it doesn't happen to anyone else. So we always think that it is happening to us alone, and we start feeling self-pity. But self-pity doesn't help us. Yeah, it is a fate. Self-pity doesn't help us. Everyone are going through some or the other problems, some or the other sufferings, right? Like sufferings are a part of human experience. It's a part of humanity that we go through a suffering and we learn something from that. So suffering is a part of humanity, human experience. And if we are able to connect is like a connectedness with other people, it would be really helpful in dealing with our like failure or anything. When there is a connectedness that we can establish with other people, because we always blame ourselves and we develop a certain self-pity. It is not self-compassion, it comes into a form of self-pity. That doesn't help. We always need to be connected with others. So this life, we have a lot of sufferings and many people go through a lot of sufferings too. The second component is common humanity. And when it comes to third component, it is called kindness, self-kindness. Self-kindness is nothing. It can be done by a gentle voice to us, a tight hug to us, or you can just have some positive affirmations or a kind affirmations to us. That is self-kindness. So self-compassion consists of all these things: mindfulness, common humanity, and self-kindness. Let me tell you, like what I feel about when it comes to the science. What I feel is like when we soothe our pain, we are tapping on our mammalian caregiving system. Like we are the only human beings who nurture our children for a long time. So this compassion is a part of our evolution and it's part of us. Do you agree with that? Compassion is a part of us. Do you agree? Yeah. May I have some? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Abhijit. Yeah. Compassion is a part of us. So I believe that when we are compassionate to us, we allow us to see as a valuable individual who has all the right to be worthy. That is self-compassion makes us like that. When we go into the science, when we start blaming us or when we start judging us, what happens is like our brain analyzes it as a threat and it releases lot of chemicals, cortisols, adrenaline, norepinephrine, lot of chemicals are released to protect us. Instead, when we are compassionate to us, when we just give a hug to us, or when we just tell us everything is fine, I'm there with you, oxytocins are released, the hormones for love and bonding. Oxytocin is released during that time and it relaxes us, it soothes us. We will be able to bathe in dopamine, which I have felt is when we are so compassionate to us. Let's see how we can be compassionate. Like I'll share you an experience. Like when I was going through a difficult phase, I just kept my hands on my chest and I just told to myself, this is a moment of suffering. This is a moment of suffering. I know what all things are happening. Sufferings are part of humanity, human experience. It happens to everyone. Maybe I'm having this right now. Maybe someone else is having something else. It's part of experience. May I be kind to myself. May I be compassionate to myself. It's okay. It happens. It is not that every time I have to be successful. Sometimes failure happens. It teaches us some lessons. It gives us an opportunity to explore things. Sometimes I'll just give me a very tight hug, or I'll just give a tight hug and I will lie on my shoulders. I don't look for any other shoulders. It's not bad idea that you can look for other shoulders, but if you don't have any other shoulders to lie, you can just give yourself a tight hug and just lie on your shoulders. Can we just try that for a second, for a few seconds? Like, can everyone give yourself? Can you please on your cameras, whoever it is possible? Can you please on your cameras? Can anyone of you on your cameras so that I can see you? Let's just give a tight hug to you and just lie on your shoulders. Just close your eyes and do that. And tell me how you feel after that time. Okay, let's do. At least give a thumbs up so that I can understand we are going to do. Let's do that. Yeah, okay, great. Okay, just close your eyes and give a tight hug to you and lie your shoulders. And say to you that I love you. I love you so much. You are the best thing that happened in my life. I love you so much. Just be there for a few minutes, loving you. You can touch your body and you can soothe your body if you want. I love you. Yeah. So can anyone share how was it? It was for only a few seconds, but can anyone share how you felt? Giving a tight hug to you, how it felt? Okay, you can just chat. So good, feel Chitra. Very comfortable and good feeling, Anita. Thank you, Anita. Wasn't it relaxed? Abhijit, warm, both physical and mentally. Strengthening, Sona, Shama, nice, relax. Yeah, thank you for the responses. And yeah, let's. Okay, if anyone want to respond, please do respond. We will come to that. So self-compassion is this. Being kind to you, being compassionate to you, how you are to your best friend or how you are to your good friend. It has only 3 elements. Knowing what does it happen when you fail in an examination. Understand you failed, that it is a moment of suffering that you failed. But it is part of a human experience. It's not only me who failed. There are many people who have failed before. It's part of human experience. It's okay. It's okay to fail. And it taught me a good lessons that I need to work on these areas. It's okay. You are the best one. You always have the capacity to grow, change, learn, and develop. I love you so much. Maybe you can say like that. If I say to you, you feel that oh, it is just some statements, but it works miracles. Because let me tell you, anytime, any point when you fail, what do you expect? We expect other person to come and tell us, it's okay, Sri, everything will be fine. That is what we expect. Why can't we give that to ourselves? That is self-compassion. Giving ourselves that care, warmth, and kindness that we expect from others, we can give it to ourselves. And our body has the same response. Trust me, research has shown that when we give a tight hug to us, oxytocins are released. When we talk to ourselves in a gentle voice that I love you so much, you are the best thing that happened in my life. Oxytocins are flushed into your body. Practice it. Because when you practice, because we need to, like there is a neural pathways, as I have told in all my webinars, there will be neural pathways. We need to strengthen this compassion neural pathway, and it can be strengthened. Research shows that we can develop compassion in anyone, even in your children, you can develop it. Rather than comparing, judging everything, you can develop compassion in them. So when we are self-compassionate, what happens is, after a point, it flows from us. This compassion, it flows from us. I'll tell an example. Like few days before, my hand got hurt. Like I was walking and there was a table in my house and my hand got hurt. At that point, I just told my hand that, oh, I'm sorry, it happened to you. It's okay. And even I told the table that I'm sorry for hurting. It came automatically to my mind. It's not something that I plan to say for this webinar or anything like that. It came to my mind because when we develop self-compassion, there is a mirroring effect. After a point of time, it flows from us. Whoever I see, I can be compassionate only, whatever it is. Do you agree with me? Like what we develop, it flows from us. Like, do you agree? Anyone has any comment over that? Yeah, Chitra, very true. Thank you, Abhijit. Nice. Get you. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So when I was practicing self-compassion, the thing that came into my mind was whether I'll become selfish, whether I'll become lazy protecting myself. Like I'm loving and showing so much kindness to me, whether I'll become lazy. These are the two questions that came into my mind when I was practicing self-compassion. First thing, the answer was just now told. It flows from us. We never become selfish. We love ourselves. We show a lot of compassion to us, and it flows from us. We started loving every creature around us, every individual around us. We start spreading that compassion. Second thing is lazy. We will never be lazy. It motivates me. In this 30 years of my life, last 6 months was the most productive part of my life. I did a lot of research. I did a lot of studies. I helped a lot of. I'm really sorry. Like, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I'm sorry for the disturbance. Is that everything fine right now?
Yes, 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 ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So, when I was practicing self-compassion, I was never lazy. It really motivated me. I started taking care of my health. I lost somewhere around 8 kgs. I was overweight. I became overweight. But when I started being compassionate to me, I started being compassionate to my body. I started thinking, it is giving me everything. Why can't I give something back to my body? I started becoming compassionate. Self-love. That really happened to me because of self-compassion. So I'll tell an example like what happened because of practicing self-compassion, validation, everything. Uh, like I used to work for an organization where it is a listening app. It is not listening app. I'm not telling the name of the app. So it is a listening app where we listen to people because I really wanted to develop my listening skills. So I thought that I'll take up that job. It will increase my listening skill as well as it pays me also. So there we discuss things associated with breakups, relationship problem, career, studies. Then we discuss with the work life, all these things. So a lot of problems we discuss in that. So sometimes we get very genuine calls, and sometimes these boys of the age 23 and 24, they call us and they tell that can you have a sex talk with me, or can we talk about sex? So they used to tell something like that, like it is we would be asking that, okay, what we want to talk today, so they will be telling that about sex talk, can you have a talk? So what I used to do is, like, I used to tell them that I respect your feelings. I can totally understand how you're feeling, and it is very normal to have a sex feeling towards opposite sex. It's really very normal. There is nothing wrong in that. It's normal for anyone to have sex feeling. And there are only two things related to sex, according to me. One is they should be above 18 years. And second thing is it is very mutual. It should happen mutually. It should not one person's decision to do sex. It should be both the parties. And I really appreciate that you asked me, you asked my permission, and that is really appreciable. But I'm very sorry to say that I'm not interested in that. But I truly accept and validate your emotions. I understand. It is really a genuine feeling. Do you know what they used to tell the next moment? They used to say, sorry, ma'am. Really. Because they understand that I'm validating their emotions, I'm understanding their emotions. I go with them. There is nothing wrong, and I appreciate them also. So this happened because of self-compassion training only. I truly believe. Because I try to be compassionate to their feelings, emotions, everything. So next they say, tell me that sorry, ma'am, and then they talk about a lot of things that happened in their life. Lot more of things. Why they came into this app, why they wanted this kind of things. So what I feel is like self-compassion makes us a very better individual. It makes us to think on others' perspectives. It makes us to understand others. It makes us to have a very, very deeper understanding about the people. So what do you think? What do you think about self-compassion? Can anyone share? Like, we have little more also. Look, I'm bringing it right now for a small discussion. So let me know anyone's like experience with self-compassion. Anyone has?
3.
Yeah.
This is Abhijit here. I would like to share maybe for a minute about my journey with respect to self-compassion. So
Sure.
at some point of time, I was so ill. I lost 20 kilos. I was so sick. It was challenging for me to walk. At that juncture, at that point, everything was falling apart. Uh, be it business, family, everyone was sad. I was not feeling good about myself too. It was really terrible. So at that point of time, I just did one thing. I believed in myself. I just said it's okay. I just, I was there for me. As I said at the start, I was just there for me. Uh, I just gave the space for recovery, I would say. I didn't push myself too hard. I just gave the space, and miracles happened, I would say. So yeah, just
Yeah.
being there and giving that space does wonders for yourself, for ourselves. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Abhijit. Yeah, it really does wonders for us. The belief in us, the trust in us, the kindness, compassion that we give. And Chitra has shared that she has come out from depression, and that's also really great, Chitra. And thank you, Abhijit and Chitra, for sharing that, coming out of that. So let me tell you how self-compassion can help you if you practice it. It makes you more happier. Right now, I'm the happiest. Whatever happens to me, I'm the happiest right now. It motivates us to perform your best. It tells you that you have everything in you. It 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 helps us to see the blessed things in our life, and it makes us understand that this life is very valuable, and you have to do something. You have to do something for yourself and for the world. It makes us more motivated. It helps us to face our failures. Very true. When we fail, we will never fail and sit back if we practice self compassion. It always motivates us. It tells us, it's okay, Sri, this happens. I know that you are capable to do a lot more of things than us. Keep on moving. It helps us to become more resilient to anxiety, stress, depression, all of these stressful situations. It really pushes us forward. And in my experience, self-compassion has improved my relationship with my son, with my family, with the people around me, even with my clients. Because whenever they come to me, they just tell me that it's a non-judgment space. It's a judgment-free space. And we love talking to you because we can feel that compassion in your voice. I tell them that it is because I love myself. I give a lot of compassion and kindness to me, and that is just spreading to you. Whenever we have a session, I tell my clients, never put blame on you, never be on shame. You should not be shame. You should not judge yourself because you have a genetic system that you don't know. You didn't choose your genetic structure for you. You didn't choose your life experiences. It came to you. So who are you to judge others? Or who are you to judge yourself? Just love yourself, just kind to yourself, and just compassionate to yourself. Just give a tight hug to you, or keep your hands on your chest. Like every day morning, I used to keep my hands on my chest, and I used to tell to myself, I love you so much. You are the best one, and I love you so much. This is what I used to tell every day. Just try it. On the 31st day, you will start loving you. Really. It works. Okay, give it a try. Let me give you some of the ways you can develop your self-compassion. One is like guided meditation. Like there are a lot of self-compassion meditations which you can which are available in the online media. You can take it and you can practice it. Like there are 10-minute self-compassion meditation, guided meditation. So you get that really helps you to like channel that like that pathways towards the self-compassion, and it works like it works really well. And the second thing is like you can keep a self-compassion journal. Whatever event that happens in your life, you can just keep a note of it, and you can practice these three things. humanity. This is a moment of suffering. But I'm not the one who is suffering. It is part of human experience that we need to go through these sufferings. I know that I'm very good, or I know that I can come out from that. It is okay. It is okay to be like that. So practicing these three ways, and you can, when you write it down, it will be easy for you. What I suggest my clients is, like, when you know that the situation is going to be bad, just write it down. These are the situations where I feel bad. So, like, prepare ahead and keep a note of the things, what you want to say, what are the positive statements that you want to say. It really helps you. Third thing, as I always say, is mindfulness, practicing mindfulness. Being in the present, knowing what is happening right now in your body as well as right now around you. Mindfulness is a golden tool for anyone, like anyone can practice it. It is a tool that really will help you in your life for a happy, better, peaceful, content life. I bet you, if anyone comes and tells me that after practicing self-compassion, I didn't feel happy, I bet you that it won't happen. I'll do whatever you say to me. It's an open statement, because self-compassion is something that changed my life in a 360-degree. It is not a concept for me. It is a life tool, or it's a golden tool for me that really helped my clients also. There were many clients who were very down with their depressions, very down with judgments, very down with criticisms and everything, but they came out very well with self-compassion and mindfulness. So all these 54 people listening to me are really blessed that you got a tool in your hand today. I don't know whether you got it before also. If you got it before, that is really great. Some of you know this tool before. But right now, I believe that I was able to communicate some of the information about the self-compassion. You can work on that. There are a lot of books written by Christian Neff and Christopher Jonan. There are two great people. And if you are so much interested in mythology and all, there is a lot of Buddhist mythology books that have a lot of components about self-compassion. You can check on that. So I just wanted to make this self-concept or self-compassion concept little more easily available to you, so that you can understand it, have a deeper understanding about that, and do practice it. It's really a golden tool. And yeah, from this, thank you so much for this opportunity and all these things. So do you have any questions related to self-compassion? May I know?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I actually can practice this self compassion to the people who are ignored by the society, or poor people. That works really well, because you
Yeah,
do not cared by others because of the illness, or they are because of the financial status. That is the best way you can practice this self compassion technique. So wonderful session, ma'am. Thank you very much.
thank you, ma'am. Okay, anyone like any questions or anything related to self-compassion? I know that it is not a concept that has a lot of questions to ask. It is really, it's really a beautiful concept. Like, I'm conducting this webinar. Suresh sir already has taken this webinar. I really wanted to take this because I wanted everyone to know that there is such a beautiful concept that we can practice to ourselves. We don't want it. I'm not against people at all. I love people. I love caring and pampering. I love everything. But when we don't have, when we are not, when others are not with us, when we don't have the resource, it's a beautiful tool. We can just hug yourself and just lie on your shoulders. That is the best place, because you only know yourself better. Who knows? So I really wanted everyone to know this concept and explore more on this concept. So that is why I thought that I'll take the concept again. So I hope you don't have, most of you know the concept and don't have any much questions. Can I get some of the feedbacks about this about this session, so that I can improve much better? Can I have? Thank you, Bhavani ma'am. Rajkumar sir, definitely feedback will be given. Thank you, Kirti. Oh, thank you. Bhavani, pretty nice session. Thank you, Kirti. Thank you, Anita. Thank you, Chitra, ma'am. Thank you, Abarna, ma'am. Sorry, I didn't call you any ma'am. Like, I felt like we are all kind of friends. Thank you, Sambat sir. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I hope you all, like, I was able to impart what I know to you. I think that session, it went well. Like, the compassion in my mind has been communicated to you. I hope it has happened.
Lot of positive comments, Sri Goody. It was a wonderful session. Everyone enjoyed, I think. Self-compassion is, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, if you have any doubts regarding this, I will pin my number here, because last time I told about an anxiety workshop, and that time I wasn't able to give my number. So many people asked, like, shall I give my number here, sir, Salim sir?
Yeah, go ahead. You can type in chat box. Participants, they will note it down. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah. I have given my number here, the last number. So I conduct a workshop on anxiety. So if you're interested, you can come along with like self-compassion or anything related to positive psychology. Do feel free to call me. Like, I am very open to share information, and I love the process of interacting with people. And if you have any doubt, or if you are feeling low, you can just call me, so that I can also help you in developing self-compassion. And about the self-compassion, I would like to say that there are various exercises to develop self-compassion rather than these three techniques. So if you are interested, I can also take another session on various exercises to develop self-compassion. Like, if you want, just type on the chat box whether you're interested to know what are the exercises, so that I will plan for
Ma'am,
a session. We can
hello.
have that.
Hello,
Yeah.
can you hear me, ma'am? Yeah, really,
Yeah.
I want to ask exactly you said the same, because I want to ask the question that other than this, okay, the affirmations, the positive affirmations, other than this meditations, mindfulness, any other exercises, practically applicable techniques, especially for the children and adolescents, I want. So, is there any specific technique or exercises to just inculcate this self-compassion? So,
Yeah.
So I want to ask
Yes.
the same question. You said I'll take another session, but okay, ma'am. Tell me, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Satibaba ma'am, for that question. Actually, self-compassion is something that we need to develop in our children, and
Yeah,
that
sure.
helps that helps in developing their emotional intelligence, which we really want for the success of our children. So about the self-compassion, there are many writing activities for our children, like asking them to think about other person's place and writing how it is feeling. Like, we can teach them how to compassionate them. With children especially, we can provide an example for them. Like, children learn from us. Like, stop judging them, stop criticizing them, validate them.
Yeah.
Like, what
So
I did is validating
role
them.
modeling. Okay.
Yeah. We are not accepting their mistake or their behavior. Like, we are not accepting their behavior, we are just telling that I know how you're feeling. What you did was wrong, but I know right now what you're feeling. So about these activities, ma'am, there are a lot of paper activities which we can develop in children, and small breathing techniques that we can practically impart in children. Like, I will come up with another session where
Sure.
I will explain on
We want,
various
ma'am.
activities.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you,
Definitely.
ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. I think that most of us want to know, because self-compassion is a self-developing tool, and I believe that everyone will fall in love with that topic. And we will definitely in future have a session on like various exercises to build self-compassion. Yeah, thank you everyone.
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you.
Okay. Self-compassion is, love ourselves more than others. Then treat yourself as a more lovable, caring, compassionate, and warmth. Then you gave you some of the tools, guided meditation and self-compassionate journal and mindfulness meditation. It was a wonderful session, ma'am. Thank you from our team. Then kindly accept our gratitude on behalf of American College Madurai, then MS Chellamuthu Institute Madurai, Madras School of Social Work Chennai, Red Pond Educational Research Center, Yellow Pond Counseling Center, TNCCA, TNCPA, STEPS Foundation. Participants, we will have yet another wonderful session tomorrow evening. Take care. Bye-bye.